Instinct Radio. It feels good to be here. It's your boy Shout L.O. K.O.P. Right now, we're in Atlanta, Georgia. Instinct Radio. You ain't here, you ain't nowhere. So let's get it.
Sound like drop the beat.
Right.
Like,
Okay,
hey,
right.
I'm
I thought,
fine.
okay. Well, we're back.
I like
I tell you, we need cameras going on behind the scene because these ladies, they just cuts up. They be just talking and going on and on and on. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all getting out of control. Can we save it for the people?
Right.
Y'all listen. I'm telling you, that's why y'all need to be in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So, we talked a little bit about Miss Frances Renee book, and she was giving us a lot of insight on just the journey and the transformation that you made. What would you say? Okay, so let me pull up the speed. You've written a book. Mm-hmm. Now, where are we taking this book to? What's the platform that we're putting this book on?
Now, when you say
platform, like some people go to bookstores, some people go put it in their pocket and they sell to family and friends. They use it for a tool. I can tell you for my book, when I wrote my book, mm-hmm. my platform is about reaching people as I do seminars and lectures mm-hmm. and speaking engagement. So I was more or less creating my book to be a oversized business card.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, so as somebody, because from the design of my book, and it went through a lot of transformations, but I wanted to be able to leave myself with someone,
right,
and leave them the hope and the encouragement and all of the tools to get to it. So I wasn't concerned with getting into the bookstores. I wasn't concerned with having a bunch of parties to mm-hmm. like, you know, what do you call those parties? Book signings.
Well, me,
you know, so
personally,
no, she don't do it because she don't even know the name.
Right. Well,
but
me personally, when I first wrote it, this first one was more so I need to get this out.
Okay, so it was more or less for you.
Right.
It was just like
That's
a healing process.
Since then,
okay,
as I matured as a businesswoman, I mean, of course, the thought, I mean, it is about getting it, you know, published, so to speak, and sold in stores. Anything that I actually, you know, put together, mm-hmm. I do go for the bookstores. But, you know, like personal book signings, even if it's more so events that I'm, you know, invited to speak, mm-hmm. you know, regarding it, it's more so I'm open to that. Because that's really where it is. I want you to come through this book and say, wow, either I'm about to go through it, or I've gone through it, or, you know, thank you for the insight. So when I'm dealing with this in life, I understand it. Because some folk that deal with certain things out there, they just don't understand what they're going through. Mm-hmm. They don't understand why, you know, they're feeling that pressure. They just don't understand.
And the thing about it is, for every reader that comes your way, they're for you. Mm-hmm. You know, so like somebody can maybe relate to, you know, to The Life of a Caterpillar. Mm-hmm. They may could relate to your book. Mm-hmm. They may could relate to Belize's book a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why I say that we need all of the books. We need all of the books, because everybody's story is unique in itself, because we're unique.
Right.
You know, so our story is unique. Yeah, there may be some similarities to us. Of course it is. Mm-hmm. We're all black women. Right. So that in itself is our DNA is like connected right then and there. But we all have our own profound stories. So I want to thank you for that. And we're going to come back with some other questions, because I got some other questions. Mm-hmm. But
of course.
Want to be digging.
But
she got a shovel. Digging,
but Miss Belize, tell us about. Let me open up this book. I gotta ask some questions.
Miss Wanda, I want to tell y'all, Miss Wanda, when I was redoing my book just a week ago.
Yes.
And I was just talking to her about my book, and I was telling her, I said, I want to do something. She said, you got to have the separate things. Why did I do exactly what Miss Wanda did? And that's why my book a little bit thicker, because it wasn't. I did exactly what you told me to do.
Awesome.
Right after I did it, and then I sent it off and everything like that. So do what Miss Wanda tell y'all to do. Please do what she tell you to do. view her. She
Okay,
like my
right.
auntie. That's how I view you.
She do. Miss Wanda be like, okay. I love it. And you know what? Like overcoming what can't be cured, living beyond herpes. Tell us about now. One thing about it is, I know the title is self-explanatory, but let's share the people with what went on with Belize that brought Belize to write and create this book. This is a beautiful book.
So when I found out, I was in college. I was a sophomore in college. I had just went from Tuskegee to Auburn. That's up the road, but that's two lifestyles. It went from black to white. Literally. I'm not saying that just to be saying it. It went from a predominantly black to a predominantly white. So my life was different already. And when I got there, my life shifted in a whole nother gear. So soon as I found out, I was like, my life is over. I felt like if I was at my other school, I felt like I've been all right because I'm with my brothers and sisters. But since I'm here, I'm alone. I have nobody. Nobody even look like me. For real. It's spots. And we don't even talk to each other because we bougie, okay? I love us,
Right.
but out there we bougie, okay? So at the end of the day, I already felt separated from family because Tuskegee was family. Everybody, hey girl, I don't like you, but hey, you get on the yard, we loving you. That's just how we do. We know, we in the community. That's how we do. We don't care what's going on, but when we get in public, you better act right. Type thing.
Right.
So I was already struggling with the fact that I'm going to another school. I went there because I need a new opportunity. I had a mentor. She told me, Belize, this is not for you. You're going somewhere and you got to go somewhere different. That means I was already forced out north. I had to be somewhere that I was never at. So with that being said, I was like, okay, cool. So I met a guy, whatever, really nice guy, whatever. He was new too. We hit it off. We end up having sex. We used protected sex. Cool. Fine. Next morning, I woke up in so much motherfucking pain. So I was like, okay, cool. Didn't think nothing of it. Went through the process, got tested, all the stuff like that. If you read the book, you'll get the full 9-9. But when I got to a point, the overcoming part was my strongest point. I stood in the floor reading other people's story and people bashing. She did, she that, she disgusted. She hope she did, she that. I said, nah, I don't care. Oh, I got a pass, baby. I do what I do, but you ain't gonna tell me what I am. I know who I am. I don't care. You're not gonna label me just because you think you know me. So I heard guys like, you are gonna be an activist. You gonna be. I'm like, nah, daddy. Look, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I like to tell my business, but I ain't asked you to that part. But I kept hearing him, even right after it. I kept hearing him, and I stood on the floor and I said, I am not gonna be like nobody else. Best believe I'm overcoming this. I am not like everybody else. And that's the day I just heard it. And then later on down the line, the title Overcoming just kept coming to me. He said, that's it, overcoming. And then he said, overcoming what can't be cured. Herpes can't be cured from what we know of. We all know. I believe it is a cure. But right now, mindset, based off mindset, we can't cure it. So I was like, I'm going to overcome what can't be cured. Living beyond. I have a husband. I have kids. I have a business. That's how I came up with the name. I just felt like he told me, you're going to overcome this. You can overcome what they say you can't. Like we go to the Bible, we can go back. Overcoming death, overcoming sickness, He told me you can overcome it, and I'm going to show everybody through you. So that's how I came
Well,
up
that's
with the name.
one thing about it is man-made stuff will tell you that something is permanent and it's whatever.
I say they call it.
Most times
But-
it's always what can't be done.
Yeah, and
Because
see
you
that-
created it, so you
but
can't
that's the
even figure
trick
it out.
of it. It wants to keep you bound up in a thing and lie to you. And what happens is we believe the lie, and that goes back to that's why your story have to be written, because there's victory in overcoming anything and everything, as long as you get that mind right, that body, that soul, that spirit. You start eating certain things, you start thinking about certain things, you start visualizing and seeing everything as complete and whole.
Absolutely.
So one situation is not different from another one. Like you can overcome a heartbreak. I watch people die from a bad relationship.
Oh, yes.
They mourn themselves to death. Women that have children and your child feel like, you feel like you're going to just fall apart. One thing about it is when you get stronger, you're going to get attacked. It's going to attack your children.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to make you say, I got to step up my faith for my child. But it's not set up that way. It's set up for when it attacks you, you're supposed to fall down and crumble. So tell us about the process in writing this book. Now, you had to sit down there and write it and get real and dig it out. And what was that all about?
It took me, he told me about this book. I wrote the book last year. It was 3 years before. He kept saying, write. Everybody's like, you're supposed to write a book. Even my clients, Belize, where's your book? Belize, where's your book? Wherever I went, I had somebody, so you're supposed to have a book. I said, no. Because at the end of the day, just like you said, I had to tell on my mama. Oh, how I felt about certain things. I love my mom, y'all. But I had to tell some stuff. I had to tell the stuff I was doing in the booth in the back that only my friends knew. I didn't want my family to know. I was like, hey, I'm the party girl. I didn't want anybody to know my life but the people I felt comfortable with. Even though if I told you I felt comfortable. But I just didn't want everybody looking at me and picking and prying because I already had a problem with people picking and prying at my life because I never felt accepted. From the time I came out, I was like, I don't belong here. I don't think this is my family. Like, why you just send me over there? Like, I didn't, no lie, I didn't feel like I belonged, but I only didn't feel belong because I know I had to do something so big that they would never support it. They would never have my back on it. I just knew they don't. My mom ain't even had my book. She ain't even read it. Why? I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. And I'm sure if she ever watches, she's like, why the heck you always talking about me? But at the end of the day, it's the truth. She didn't. The truth is the truth. The truth is free, bro.
Ladies, you know what? In my time, she read my book. And you know what she said to me? No, well, she's beautiful. But we've had our situations. And she said to me, I didn't know you felt like that. See, so even though you thinking I'm looking at my baby girl up there, she gonna write her book, and Lord knows I don't know what she gonna tell you something, boy.
You think you do the best as a parent, but you don't know the effect you have on your children.
To talk about her book.
Ooh, that gonna be something, boy. We're gonna get some tissue.
No, but it's so beautiful when you break through, and like we talked about, and that's why. Check this out. I'm doing a quick recap.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, so you had no limited support. You had support or no support.
My editor was my mom.
Okay,
so. Wow.
you had support on your book. Yeah. You had no support, and I had support. Okay, so see there, we could win regardless. With the support or without the support.
Or little.
Little support or a lot of support.
Yeah.
So that, I just had to say that. Because, somebody's out there listening and they want to know, like, because I was teasing you today. I said, you use those butts to a point and your ass just keep getting bigger. But you got all these butts in the way that's getting in the way, and you gotta stop this. You gotta say, you know what, forget that. If they can do it, I can do it. If it's been done before, it can be done again.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new. So when you got it out, what's your process? And like I had asked somebody, I asked you that. What I can see.
You kind of asked the same question in a different way.
But what's your pride?
I can't handle it.
Saw that right? Okay.
I love you.
You know what? She just.
I watch you, Miss Wanda. Okay.
That's good. And see, what did you tell them? Do what Miss Wanda said do. Yeah.
When you got somebody who tell you what to do, that's because they love you. It's not because they don't.
I had to get that out. So. The process in your book, and I know you have clients. See, she's a life coach, so she's. One thing I want to just say this: her business model is so dope because it's between. Why do I know this? Between 25 and 45. See there, I'm good.
Ms.
25 and 45.
I stuff it down your throats enough on social media.
No, but see, it's like when something makes sense to you. It's like your book saying black woman, bam, you okay, that's it. It's a done deal. I know who I'm talking to. Her audience is helping out black women because the voices of us, we get drowned out and there's nowhere for us to go without feeling that shame and humiliation, stuff like that. And I was doing something, one thing about it is I'm in this 21 day motivational mastery, and one day I remember, I don't know where, maybe Mama Star can tell me, I don't know what moon I was in or whatever was going on, but I felt like I felt, man, if all the planets came in at once, bring them on. I could take them on. I'm ready. You know,
You ready to kick
you
them all
felt like
in.
that sometimes, like that surge of
Oh,
energy,
yes.
just kind of like. Whew, I felt like I was like, man, I need about 10 folks to come over here right now. We need to gather in a circle. We need to throw all our stuff in a circle. You know, like have a burning, have a celebration, like all this. I mean, like, okay, I'm too much.
No,
right?
it wasn't too much, but I know what you feel. I had that feeling as well.
So you have those moments in your life, and I know for me, that's what my book felt like. It like a total breakthrough, a total
was a
breakout.
breakthrough.
So was that the same? Did that feel like you?
My book was a total breakout, but not only was it a total breakout, my book was, when I wrote my book, and like how you say, God, when God, like, I was forced into the life of Calvin to write it. But remind you, my foundation is a master cosmetologist, and I've been licensed for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
You know, so that's just all, that's how I raised my, that's all I ever done. So here you is talking about writing a book.
That's so odd.
That's like
go to work
on
to a certain-
2 different planets. You get what I'm saying? And so not only was it to write my book was my obstacle, but my obstacle also was leaving my passion behind to go to this level. That was my biggest fight outside of writing a book. Like, the book was easy, but it was like I live and breathe hair because it's a ministry for me.
They sitting here
Because
saying
we're
something else, boy.
we're more than I understand hair. You know, being a medical cosmetologist, we're more than hairstylists. Like, we're lawyers, we doctors. You know what I'm saying? It was like it real quick, but it was this woman. She was my client for years. And when I finally got ready to go to another city, she told me, she was like, Tamala, every Saturday morning I came and sat in your chair. My husband used to beat me.
Oh, my
I
God.
never knew that. But she said the fact I knew that I had to get to Tamala chair because it was like your presence made me feel like a whole lot better.
She had something to live
So
for
I
every
looked
week.
at hairstyling as a ministry. And so it's like I fought with myself. Tamala, I'm leaving my passion behind. But in actuality, it's not because it comes full circle with the book. You know, so.
And you really didn't leave your passion behind. You revealed something. You got another product because you're still that same dynamic hairstylist. You know, so now it's like, hey, guess what? I got something else for you to take home.
Right.
Not only this brush and these chemicals and this other thing, now you got something more to give. And you already have your base of people because this is about women. You know, this is about you. So women can relate to this. So it's just a beautiful thing. Where can we find your book at?
You can go on shop.tamalashay.bigcartel.com. Oh, I mean, hey. Let me tell you something. I'm not kidding. I used to hate pictures, talking,
Camera.
and the reason why, because when I was growing up, my parents used to tell me, speak when spoken to.
Yeah.
So you never would talk.
Right.
But it's like, when I wrote that book, it's like, every
ain't
time I
been
get a
shut- you
chance
ain't
to talk,
shut up
boy, I'm
since.
like, what? Let's do it. But no, you can go find my book at shop.tamalashay.bigcartel.com.
Okay. And the price of your book?
$14.99.
Great price. And you have an event coming up.
Absolutely.
Hold on now. I'm going to be there.
So, I'm a part
us
of
about
the
your
Empowerment Women on the Move tour.
I heard about that.
With Tangi Rosborough. That's I
Roseborough,
can't
yeah.
never pronounce her last name. Folks
We are
always
part of
screw up
that.
my last
Roseborough.
name. Me and Wanda D
That's how y'all
is a
met.
part of it. That's how we met. So, next week, April the 7th through the 9th, we're going to be at Oklahoma City.
Oh, I can't go there.
I
Changing lives.
Changing lives. The healing in the process, and it's worth it.
That's right. And they can still go online.
Yeah,
Anybody
you
in
can
that
go online,
Oklahoma City.
yeah, and Eventbrite,
Mhm.
and get your tickets. I think they $15 for a ticket. Yep, and be there.
Okay. And what else do you have a workshop coming up?
I do. Oh yes, I do.
That's when one doesn't know your business.
Let me
That's when
tell you
you know what to
something.
talk about.
Let me
Right.
tell you something. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. This all is new to me. This is new to me because I was just the hairstylist, you know. And it's like, when I got to, they say, always be ready in the church. Be ye ready. Be ye ready. Be ye ready.
You never understood what that meant until you had to be ready.
Right. So it's like, okay, I'm going to stay ready.
Okay.
So the event that Wanda is talking about, I'm having a wig making 101 class coming up. I think it's April the 23rd.
23rd or 4th. You
23rd, 24th. Yeah. If you have to be a licensed master cosmetologist. You cannot be a kitchen technician. You cannot be a basement technician. You cannot be an outhouse technician. You have to be licensed by the Secretary of State Cosmetology Board in order to attend.
All right.
All right.
And
Call
what's
them
the,
out, girl.
What's the price?
The price of the class is $299, but we are having an early bird situation going on for $199. You got long as you register or get your ticket before April 15th.
Okay, great. And that information will be on her page, Instagram.
Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Tamala Lachey.
Her name ring a bell, boy.
Tamala Lachey, you gonna see everywhere. Tamala Lachey, Tamala Lachey, Tamala Lachey.
Okay.
It's ringing, boy. It's ringing.
It's gonna be a household name like Nike.
It will be.
It is. Claim that thing already as if it's so. Where can we find your book, darling?
Okay, so Broken Amore Black Woman, you can find it right now on Amazon.com. Just type in Broken Amore Black Woman. It'll pop up. If it doesn't, then you can type in Patricia Francis Renee.
Okay. And how much is it?
It's $15.
$15. And that's like a going rate, $15.
It's right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay. So, what do you have coming up? You got some things going. And another thing, she is a designer.
She left that
She is a designer. I want some clothes, woman.
Okay.
I need to be, so the next time, I need some clothes that be, moving and grooving.
out. She be flowing.
And,
Right.
but you got me because I've seen, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get some clothes. Okay. So tell us about some clothes.
Well, I mean, I have a few things that I'm working on now. Putting together some capsule collections to present to some specific retailers. That
She on the big girl stuff. She ain't on that.
Can I get my stuff first?
So everything is pretty much. It's hard. Sometimes you say you have your hands in so many different places, and I'm finally at the place where I'm like, I'm doing like multiple things at once, but it's just coming together. So yeah, I'm working on those capsule collections. And I'm going to be partnering with you and other, organizations to pretty much, push things a little more as far as distribution. Because it's, I have to get the message out there and make it work.
I love it.
Get into it.
So you guys, make sure you go to both of those spots. Amazon,
Amazon.com.
type in the book or your name and it'll come up.
Yes.
Ms. Belize,
Yes.
where can we purchase your book at?
It's on Amazon. And then you can reach out to me personally on Facebook, which is Belize Samuels, or Instagram, Belize.Samuels. And the link is there.
And this girl right here is the mama, YouTube mama. So y'all can find her on
I'm on
YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
And Instagram like nobody business. That's how we met. I just was trolling and I found her and she was so like
I drove her in.
Yeah. We have a caller. Caller, you've called into the I Am Enough talk show. Where's your
Hi.
name? Hi.
Hi, I was going to ask a question to one of the writers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, question.
What's your question?
I just want to inquire, do they ever go through writer's block and how they deal with it?
Go ahead. We all dealt with that.
Jump on there.
You want to go? You want to
Yeah,
go?
right
You want me
quick.
to go? Okay, you go.
I mean, yes, me personally, though, I wasn't necessarily the writer in the family. The writer in the family was sitting on her gift. And thus, I just started doing it. This one did flow effortlessly. The series that I'm working on now, I did go through writer's block. But me personally, I realized I had to experience more of it to be able to finish it. So just like you said, I mean, entities, God, or whatever gives you that list of what you're going to do regardless. I have a list of all the titles that I'm going to be doing. But then I had to start going through more processes to be able to manifest because I have to have content in the book. So I did go through writer's block for this second segment, but the first one was just effortless. It was like a breath, and it was done. So
You want another insight?
I had writer's block.
Huh?
Miss Belize is going to give you another insight to writer's block.
Stop holding back. You want to put a little in and not all of it. Be transparent. That was my problem. I'm sure a lot of us, you like, how much should I put in? How should I tell all of it? If you're not trying to, don't hold back. You got to get over yourself and you got to write it all. If you feeling in the pit of your stomach to write it anyway and keep on going. Don't even look back. Just type it and keep on going. Because honestly, if you're supposed to tell it, you're supposed to tell it.
That's true.
Okay, all righty.
Hold on, we got another answer for you.
Okay.
I didn't have writer's block. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't have a writer's block. Because my book was about my healing, and I was ready to heal. So there was no blockage. It was God knew, the time, that you are to do so. It's not in our time, it's in his time. So it was his time to get my story out. So therefore, no writer's block came up. The only thing that I had a problem with was, am I telling too much? Because I was being so transparent. Because when you're ready to your story is your healing, and when you're ready to heal, don't let nothing, no one, stop you from sharing your story. Because it's not your story. It's not you. Your story can heal somebody. It's somebody out there waiting to hear your story that needs your story in order to heal. So you cannot take to writer's block.
Caller.
Okay.
Caller.
Yeah. Hi. Is Wanda? Is that you?
This is me. Is this my Astro Mama?
Yes, this is Gria Yachty Turnbull. Hi, everybody. I'm a writer too, but I find sometimes I feel like I just sit down and blank. Just like there's a lot of current blockage. I'm like, well, what can I do? I mean, I'm on the internet. I hear meditation. I hear drink certain herbs. I hear fast, and yeah. So sometimes I feel like there's some sort of stone wall. Something, I don't know. It's just weird. So I just get back up from the desk and go, all right, I'll try again tomorrow in a couple of days. But it's definitely some sort of psychological, and I don't think I have a fear of being fluid and releasing everything. It seems like it could be an energetic frequency. Maybe I feel tired or fatigued. I don't know. I don't know, but I thought maybe other writers get that thing, that stoppage where you feel like you just can't type.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
Well, Yachty, you just got to sit down there and do it. You walk away and come back to it. I think the blockage is a natural way of life. How we start certain things, how we put stuff off. I know when I wrote one of the pieces in my book, it's very hard for me to read it. I wrote it and I couldn't read it until I finished everything, and I had to go back and read it, and I had to end up, editing it, not to cut it down, but just to fix it, because I wrote it and it was like, oh my goodness, I had this kind of sensation going on in me, and that was because I was going to reveal something, and I knew that somebody would read it, and so just go for it. Thank you for calling in. Do you have another question?
No, that was it. Thank you for having me and answering, ladies. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you.
All right, yes. Okay, bye-bye.
I think we have another question from one of our guests in the studio. So she just needs a super mic.
Okay.
So she can ask a question.
Yeah.
Well, first I want to make a statement, and that statement, after listening to you all's process of writing your books, I want to thank you for the courage to do so. The statement is that you all are what one would consider being wounded healers. From your pain, you shared your story. Another quote that I wrote down is, "To heal it is to reveal it."
Say that.
And your readers are blessed beyond compare to anything because you had the courage to write your stories. And your stories are actually soothing, healing balms that you offer to them to repair the broken pieces in their hearts. And I thank you all. I'm a wannabe writer, and you've given me so much courage to just sit down and do it. One question I want to ask you all, each of you, is what was your actual process in writing? Did you do it on computer? Did you handwrite? Did you dictate? How did you do it?
Go ahead.
I always be ready to jump in.
Go ahead.
Stay ready.
Stay ready. I wrote mine down. I had to feel it. I'm a filler. I'm a visual type of person. You know, I typed it at the end because you had to, you know, put it in that type of format. But I wrote mine. Okay. You know, it brought life to me.
What did you do?
I started when I did this one. I wrote it. I had to write it
By hand?
By hand.
Okay.
I typed it.
Okay.
My computer went down. I had to type it over.
Woo!
It wasn't true.
Oh, ditto.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Ah,
Right.
look at me.
Right.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't true.
Yeah.
I literally, my
too, too.
computer shut down.
Get it.
Wow.
And I couldn't afford a new charger.
Wow.
So I had to
Okay.
write it over with.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Changed
Well,
everything.
I wrote
You wrote
hand. Yeah, I wrote.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a new generation.
I wrote hand and
Yeah,
then I put it in.
Cause it was
That's
like
how
it's
I
like
do it
life.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, hold on.
I have some other some comments on Facebook. I'm just
cool.
gonna see.
Yes.
Rhonda said, "Hey sis." Okay, hey sis. You know I can't do Facebook. Somebody else said Tamika say thank you for the invite. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Melissa was joining. Shoni said her too. I think she was referring to telling a story and how she held back. She said she scaled back from on her first one, but this next one she said she's gonna let it all out.
Good.
You know, love it. Reveal, heal to is revealed. Okay, so actually, you know, we just got people realizing that that they can do it. You know, that's what I'm hearing, that they can do it, and they sure can do it. I want to share this quote. This is, and I want to say this real quick. I'm in this 21-day self motivational mastery thing, right? And it was because of something that got to think of my direction. To my right, this beautiful spirit right here. When we talked, you know, I told y'all that she's the YouTube mama. So I said, you know what, I want to do more YouTube. So she was like, well, just do it. I said, I know you're right. See, and the thing about it is, we already had the answers, but we just be like needing that little push. So she gave me this little push, right? So I managed to do one or two after the push, and I knew that wasn't going to get it. So I said, well, let me create something that will take me into doing something more committed to myself and to everybody else. So then I said, okay, I'm doing 21 days of motivational mastery. And the reason for that is because I have to set these. That mean I won't be reading nothing. I have to set these goals and boundaries in order to complete a project. And I would say that goes to the people also that want to create a book or whatever. You have to say, I have to do it.
Right.
And with, I just love this lady right here. Ta-da!
Magic.
You have to do that in order to make the manifestation come.
Absolutely.
So when I knew I wanted to go and start doing more videos, I said, well, I'm doing it 21 days. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
She be up, and I be up with her.
I know she be up.
I said 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is very few people up at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Me, God, and a few other people.
Who work?
You know,
Who
they
work,
work,
and
but
they
y'all,
going to work
but
or
they
going to work.
going to work and they like in their
Right.
zone of
Yeah.
work. I'm saying for me,
And then
I work
meditation
from
place,
home.
right.
I have the luxury of just staying in the bed,
Blessings.
but then
Our day
I
is coming.
had to force myself. You know, I had to force myself into that energy. So this is what I wanted to share, and this was the quote from today. It was, or was supposed to. I think it was from today. Good designs goes to heaven. Bad designs go everywhere.
Ooh.
Ouch. Did that hurt?
That's crazy.
That's a quote. That was my quote.
Oh my gosh.
Good designs go to
Straight up.
heaven.
Because he's good. That's it.
Bad designs go everywhere. So for me, it's better to take that bad design and let it go everywhere. Because see, with the books, you still gonna have, I don't care how many edits you do, you're still gonna have a misspelled word. You still gonna have the computer.
Why you just
gonna
call me
trick
out?
you.
Because I seen some stuff in my book a
because
couple of
I
minutes
had to
ago.
deal with that. Because you know the thing about it is, let's stop trying to be perfect and get it out.
right.
You're going
Yes.
to. I remember when I read my book, and then it was like I saw some mistakes. I saw several mistakes. I was like, how did that happen? Why I didn't catch this?
That's why I freeze my book.
And you freeze it.
I
and that's-
freeze my
and
whole
that's
book
no.
because of that.
You
Let me jump in.
cannot
Let me
do
jump in.
that.
I
quick
did
and say
it.
something
Miss
with
Wanda
that.
know I did it. I
Because
stopped my
that is
book.
So, when I first wrote this, well, that's the good thing about an editor, because we just write it, and technically the editor is, but my editor is very long-witted and very, very analytical, detailed. So I did have to say, Mama, please don't change it. Don't make it sound like a textbook, because that's how you would do it, you know. And to a certain extent, she did really well. But I get it, you know. It's like we can easily say, "Well, I got to start over." I spelled
That's
this,
not right.
this word wrong. I gotta start. You
I
know,
did it.
I
Don't
did it
do
a
that,
few
y'all.
times. Like,
But I
man,
was
started over
transparent. That's
too
the
many
thing that
times.
blessed me.
Yeah.
Soon as my book was wrong, I got in front of my computer, got on YouTube and said, I'm under attack. My freaking book don't look like I want. You know, but I was honest. You know, we typically will run and say, take it off. Nobody will really know that I took it off. No, I got in front of my readers, and they are so dedicated because I stayed real. From the time, every time I tell them, this going on, my printer acting funny. Give me a second. The book coming. I'll send you a gift.
Right.
People like transparency.
They do.
It saved me. I put it like it
Yeah.
saved me. You know, some people got different market, but my market, they know that's what I stand for is transparency. So I couldn't do anything different.
Belize, did I ask you if you had anything going on that you wanted to share with the people?
No, you did not.
I didn't get to you. What happened? We started talking about something else.
No, we had a call, I think.
Oh,
We had a call.
Okay. I'm like, see here, I got. Oh,
Okay.
that's good. That medication is working.
Ain't no medication. They felt in your spirit.
Okay. So what? She gonna help me. So where can we find your book?
It's on Amazon.
I got to that part, and then what do you have coming up?
On April 23rd, it's a Sunday, I'm having a meet and greet at Piedmont. We about to be out there
In the heat.
running in it. Oh, girl, ain't gonna be hot. We're gonna be out there, you know, drinking a little water or a little sippity sip with our blankets, with our journals, and our kids. Okay, so if you got kids, come on out.
What time is it?
It's from 3 to 6,
3 to 6.
It's
and
on a Sunday.
It's on the
23rd.
23rd of
April.
Y'all
Yeah.
got that? Type that in the thing if anybody's
And then I
watching.
have one more event.
Okay, tell us.
So on April 29th, I need every leader who do anything in sexual health. That is the HIV, sexual molestation, sex trafficking, anything, because we need to hit these streets.
Got you. Brought up another point right now. Is there anything else?
Yeah, that one's that's it. That's a meet and greet. That's gonna be from 6 to 9. But that one I need you. If you a leader or you want to become one, you need to get in this role because these some heavy hitters. I feel like it's time to stop stepping out and step in. You live here, you put your money here, fix here first, and then go out to the masses.
Okay. This abduction of these children that they can't find.
Them girls, is it girls,
These
5 girls?
It ain't 5. It's a lot of them.
It's more, and it was like what was the numbers, like
increasing by them.
64,000 over the whole year. Okay, so this is the question. How do you feel about chips being put into your child? No? What do you?
No.
No.
Are you talking about the chips like in animals?
Yes.
My kids ain't going for that.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Because see, this is
Girl,
the,
I got religious real quick. I said, that's the mark. You ain't playing. You ain't trying.
and right,
The
but
mark
see,
of the
you
beast.
gotta be careful now, because that's what they're trying to push for.
Yeah.
See, the thing about it is, and that's why, and this whole, I'm glad you're doing that thing.
It's time for us
And
to
we
change that.
We need a whole nother set for that. But for one thing, I'm gonna say this. This is my public announcement. People, wake up.
Yes.
Okay, we are responsible for our children. One thing's for sure is there's no way in hell that any one of my kids would have went anywhere without me knowing it.
Right.
My kids weren't going on interviews without me. They weren't going to the store without me knowing about where they are. They're not going anywhere. They wasn't going over somebody's house that I wasn't certain of. My son said this to me. He said, "Ma, I get it." I said, "What you get?" "I can go over grannies and aunties." I said, "You got it." So anybody else, they had to come to my house because I
Absolutely.
knew what was going on in my house. I didn't know what was going
Yeah.
on at Bob's and
Ass so
Sam's.
heavy.
That's how my mom was.
And Cindy's.
That's how my
I didn't
mom
know
was.
that,
That's how
right?
she was.
You get exposed to some things.
Yeah, because you don't know what
So-
Bob doing to his kids.
Exactly. You don't know
Your
what's
mom may not
going
do
on.
it to his kids, but he'll do it to you.
Around them.
Yeah.
Or your kids. But this is the thing. Where it comes to this, our children being abducted, our women, our men, we have to raise our vibrations up. This is so, I gotta get this out. This is so powerful. Stop. Let us be more aware of our surroundings.
I say that
when
again.
you leave out, have your head up, have your posture up. Your predator, he looks for that person that's distracted. He looks for that person that's texting on their phone and got their head down and got the
Listening to
kids
music
walking behind
in their
them.
ears,
They
they can't
snatching
hear.
your kids up. Why are your kids behind you? They supposed to be in front of you.
Right.
You know, take the time to try to interfere in other people's lives. And what I mean by that, if you see somebody and they ain't from the neighborhood, go over there.
Like, hey.
Talk to the people that's trying to talk to these children. You know, if this white man shows up and you know he ain't from here, go over there and say, "Hey, what's got going on?" If he stays and talk, then he all right. But if he put his head down and leave, then he was up to no good. We have to recognize that it's our responsibility.
community.
This is our community. And when you talk about step in, yes, we have to step in, but in a loving, powerful, decisive, deliberate way, intentionally. Like, I'm not trying to let no coconut hit me up on the top of the head and I didn't know what was going on.
You gotta watch other people. I
You
feel like it's
have
time to community wise, we gotta. If I see your kid walking off, I'm like, hey, where you going?
And
Where
you know
going?
what? Another thing is the silence is deafening. Like, how is it now? See, this is key. If your child came up missing, I would still be knocking on doors. Everybody would be hearing about it. I would have let something happen to any one of my babies. I'm knocking on everybody's door. Everybody gonna know. We're
Nobody
gonna have
cares.
those flyers posted, everything. Every time somebody comes, it's gonna be like, "Listen, Belize, get on the phone and call everybody in your phone. Go through that phone
We'll
and
send
tell
a massive
them."
text message. You
And-
seen
and-
this one? You seen this one?
And you got all of these people that's influential. I mean,
Not
come
making
on.
a-
We have to, but it's not their. It's our.
It's our
is
responsibility.
It's women to women, women raising women, women raising children. We raising our men up. We have to know that we have to step up and just say, you know what, that don't look right. Let me tell you this. Let me just say this. The hairs on my neck standing. Women, this is a call out for all women. Stop playing stupid and listen to your intuition.
say
God gave
that.
us a special, very special, very
intense.
special gift.
Very special gift.
And if we don't use it, we will lose it.
Man.
Don't
Look at me.
be stupid enough to think that intuition, that thing that tell you that ain't right, that's wrong. No, that's right. If it say it ain't right, then it ain't right. Don't question it. Just say, you know what, that ain't right. Let me go get my whatever. Let me stop here. Let me turn this way. Let me shut that down. You have to tap into your power.
But that's a learning behavior.
It is. So that's why the call is right now.
Yeah,
now we're going to teach you. You got 3 powerful, 4 powerful, 5 powerful women in this room that can really educate and pour into. Anybody's listening, anybody want to do the Kumbaya circle, let's get it on. Because now is the time. We cannot afford to lose.
It's time to really, because kids could be all over the place.
Okay.
We have to.
Right.
I get because you know I'm saying this because we don't say it enough. We get distracted by what the Kardashians doing and how is Remy coming after Shanae, or you know, like these
it's
people.
Distractions for our own
it's the
community.
Distractions to take us out of what we supposed to be paying attention to. And if we don't pay attention to it, then we are going to just lose everything.
That's true.
You know, and it's not about us building these big corporations and then not knowing what to do with it. It's not about us getting all of this money and then not knowing who to help. You know, because if we could. Check this out. If we could go into the community and say, you know what, let's all put $20 in. Let's give Johnny them. Why we don't have our own security system?
But they used to be. It used to be like that.
I know.
Distractions. TV is the
like
biggest
that.
We gotta
distraction.
get it like that.
It's not even TV now. It's
It's
technology.
on purpose.
music.
I know it's on purpose.
It
It's
used
on
to be a
purpose.
time
We know.
where my neighbor could leave their door open. I can go get some brown sugar or whatever, and it not be an issue. Ain't nothing taken, ain't nothing gone. Your family is my family. Oh, but now,
You
But
step
see-
close to my house. Get out in front of my door.
right. But see, a lot of that has stemmed from either people not knowing themselves, you know what I'm saying, and then the higher
right
people
guy.
go, exactly, the higher people go into higher education, different entities, or so to speak, if they don't understand what's going on, they
know
can
what time
easily
it
get
is.
taken over. And thus, you know, now I'm thinking how they thinking about us when it's the wrong thought, you know what I'm saying?
We got to take our communities back.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
time to, just seeing that says if we do nothing, they do nothing. We get an alert about everybody else's child but ours. If I get
And
another
you know
alert
why?
about anybody,
You know why? You want to know why? Because the person over that is not for your child.
absolutely not. So when are we going to come up? Who come up with everything?
Other people.
Exactly.
No. We created
do.
them apps. Who our boys are engineers. Our boys are techies.
Exactly.
So my whole thing,
Exactly.
if we want it, we got to encourage our babies
Oh, definitely.
who are good at it and say, look, let's look out for your homeboy. He going out with a girl. Let's make sure the girl don't snap him or kill him or something.
And then two parents
You
get
hit a button on
nosy,
your
right?
phone and let me know where you at all
Get
times.
nosy, because we got the technology that will keep up with our kids.
Oh, yeah.
So you
We got heck of apps.
Don't say that you don't know where your child is. If you don't
You
know
track
where your
that
child
iPhone,
is,
baby.
you tripping.
Right.
Track that iPhone.
Let me just
That's another topic. We're going to have to do one of those, Wanda.
I know.
Can
About
I say
the
one
You
thing?
find it. No.
I can't say one thing.
Yeah,
Well,
go.
you done said the one thing. we are like 10 minutes away. Well, actually 5 minutes away from closing out the show. And say your one thing, Pudding Pop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Going
You're
outside.
not sorry.
No, come on.
But you wait. But snap to it.
But a major event that's happening June the 25th with Tina Bridges. I am an ageless beauty. 40,
Yes, you are.
40. It's
Yes, you are.
it's the 40. It's 40 plus women and men. She gonna kill me if I don't put this out here. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm an ageless beauty. We having our 5th annual fashion show, June the 25th in Jonesboro. I had the flyer, but Wanda needed my phone, so I can't get to the location. But
It
it's
is-
the 5th annual
I got it.
Ageless Beauty Fashion Show, June the 25th in Jonesboro. Tina Bridges. My wigs will be part of the fashion because I do have a wig line, Tamla Shea wig line, and it's going to be part of the fashion show. A lot of our models will be modeling different designers. You gonna be a designer?
Yes. It's
Oh,
gonna
wow,
be
look
at
at
the
that, y'all.
Fist pump.
You're connected. They don't even know you connected.
it's gonna be at the Porter Sanford Center. That's in Decatur.
That's in Jonesboro.
the Porter Sanford.
I thought the flyer said Jonesburg.
It's the
Oh, okay.
Porter.
Excuse
I'm like,
me.
hold on.
She said she's still learning, y'all. Don't.
But yeah, it's
That's
at
the
the
beauty
Porter
of having
Sanford,
somebody who
and
knows.
it's an awesome. I mean, it's an awesome facility. Y'all got VIP. You can purchase it online, or you can do, general admission. Reach out to those on Facebook. They'll get to you, get your tickets to you. But it's going to be an awesome event. It's going to be magazine launches going on, and just some awesome high fashion. And as she said, wig lines. It's going to be an event
It's gonna
that
be
you
it's gonna
can't
be
miss.
it's gonna be the ageless beauty models going to be modeling. That's go the flyer right there. That's it. And let me tell you one thing. You see Tina B makeup and hair? Tamla Lachey Creation.
What?
That's my wig and that's my makeup.
Oh, it's going down, baby.
It's going down, baby.
Well, I know I went to the one last year. It was fabulous. That was my first time going to one. It was
I'm gonna
great.
go this year.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this year.
So,
I just be in my zone.
let me put this up.
It wasn't time yet.
Sorry.
It wasn't time yet.
This Sip and Paint. This was one of our sponsors for this month. Sip and Paint has an event on May 6th from 6 to 10 p.m. You create your own artwork. There will be light bites and wine. You mingle with friends. You shop with unique vendors, and all of the supplies is included. This event is on Marietta Boulevard. That's 2310 Marietta Boulevard. The flyer is up there. And for more information, you can call 678-922-0595. And you can buy tickets at the Sip Shop and Paint on Eventbrite. I do know that there's a promo code for that particular event if you call in, or if you go to get tickets and you mention the show. I think it's radio, I believe so. But I will have that posted as well, so you can do that. And that sounds like fun. So we appreciate our sponsors. Another event that I have to mention is the Laugh Out Your Pain comedy tour. This is sponsored by United Dialysis Foundation. This this concert is in, your phone is doing something crazy, I don't know. But it's in Louisville, Kentucky. It's in Louisville, Kentucky, April the 23rd from 6 to 8. The headlines is Joe Torre, Earthquake, Austin Rich, and Double D. Double D is from Atlanta, and I had the pleasure of working with them last year on the same particular tour. Okay. And as you mentioned that other event, so we're good on that. And that's it, guys. I just want to leave you with this. If you take time to follow your dream and passion, the whole world will unlock before you. Stop wasting time with things that don't matter, because things that don't matter don't count. Okay? So if you have a desire or a dream burning inside of you, bursting to get out, now's the time. Now's the time to create it. We're not short of resources. They're here. All you have to do is say, I can and I will. And the rest of how will open up. Stop sitting on your butt and stop saying but. But cancels and clears out anything of expectations. You can't use those words in the same sentence. So you have to just move. And I want to encourage everybody to reach out to the people around you and encourage them. Pull them up. Help them create anything that's birthing in your...
You cannot get thrown now.
You know...
Did she really?
I'm
Did she
getting,
really do that?
Oh, you know what? I get messed with. See, I told you, don't do that, okay? Don't do too many things at one time.
We all got the face like, ooh.
But you know what? I love live. I love live because ain't nothing like live. Ain't nothing like it. So don't get in the way. Don't get in the way of your own self. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do anything. If you made it through, then you got to do something. If you made it through, then you got to do something. Right. So, again, this is me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen. You can come catch me every first Sunday right here in the studio, Instinct Radio. And I have a very special announcement. You see this lady to my right, she will be joining me. Here on out, you will be seeing her smiley, pretty face, high energy, and we're going to do some amazing, amazing things. She's going to be bringing you lots of information, but I'm not even going to spill the tea on that just yet. But just look for her, okay? This is a wonderful time. I had a fabulous time. Yes. I always have a fabulous time with you watching. I always have a fabulous time with my panel, and I am just blessed and overflowing. So always take care of yourself first, and then you'll be able to take care of someone else afterwards. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it, so don't even try. Peace out. Wanda D, the Motivational Queen. This is the I Am Enough Talk Show.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.